In this video, I'll talk about how to differentiate the words many, very, and a lot. This is a question that was brought up to me a few days ago by a friend that had me think for a second, and I said to myself that I actually forgot the distinction between all of these words, and I decided to refresh myself with a blog post on text and also make a video out of it. So before we continue, remember to subscribe to my channel where I also post one free video per week. And I'll post the blog post equivalent of the video. So this is the blog post. Go to the description if you want to read it. And also, if you're there, subscribe as well. Let's get to it. So let's go and talk about the word a lot. Simply put, what is a lot? Let's go to the other tab. This is a lot. It's like a very open space where you can put anything that might be considered waste. It's usually set for cars, but you can also put it for, say, garbage or anything that might be recyclable. And basically, a lot is an expression to say like there's a very vast amount, something you can actually just put it out. It's very casual. It doesn't have to be quantifiable. It's just a way to express like there's a lot of things to do. You don't have to say, let's say there's like 5, 6 things to do. It's just a way to say like, yeah, we have a high amount of things to do. So back to the blog post. We're going to go in here, and what you should be focusing on is basically this midsection right here. I left some examples. Basically, there are a lot of opportunities if you search thoroughly. This basically tells you that there's a lot of opportunities, as the sentence says, but it doesn't have to be exactly, let's say, as I said before, 5, 6, or 10 opportunities. This is just like a way to say, like, yeah, just go for it. And because there's a vast amount of things that you can go and take the opportunity. Also, let's go. It means a lot that you invited me for lunch. This basically means in a very casual way that it's actually very meaningful for them that they were invited me for the lunch. On the third example, his way of thinking says a lot. It's a way for people to express that whatever his way of thinking it is, it actually speaks highly of the person. This is something you can actually put, as you can notice a lot, is a very flexible, malleable type of expression in comparison to many or very. Now let's go to the actual one that you can actually quantify or see it as a number. The word many. This is a pronoun that expresses the quantity of an item. Let's put it in a very simplified version. Again, let's go to the examples. There are so many books on sale. This basically tells you, like right from the get-go, from the jump, it is that there's an actual number of books on sale. How do we actually know that this is the way to go? How to actually give yourself like a rule of thumb to actually remember that this many equals a number? Basically ask yourself again back the question about how many books are there. In here, you can actually start putting a number. So let's say I have, 10 books on my hand, and they ask me how many books there are. I will tell them, like, yeah, but there's 10 books here left on sale. Now, there's a slight distinction. Here's like a little, like a sub, the word that I wanted to include, the word much. This is basically like the brother of many. Much, it's very related to a lot, but it's just as a, like, it's a very non-existent number to even actually put out. So, for example, let's go to one of the sentences. Let's go, for example, there's not much time left for us. You can ask yourself, or you can ask the person, how much time do you have left? But it's not usually how we go about it. When you say there's not much time left for us, you're basically telling the person that you might not have a clear idea of how much time you have left. Let's say I've got 5 minutes left. This is just a way for her to tell the person that you're running low on time, that you have to go. So when it comes to much, don't expect a number. But when it comes to many, you should expect a number when it comes to making the questions for the quantity. So I left it here on the last sentence. Simply put, if you can count it, use many. If you cannot count it, use much. Now we'll go to the last expression, very. This is where I think people will get a little bit confused, and actually they start to make mix both many or much and in a lot. So very, it's an expression to intensify any kind of adjective or adjective. So let's go and look at the example. It took us a very long time before we got our documents. A very long time expresses that it was it's a very extensive time. Again, there's not a timeline or like a chronological order, but it's just a way for people to basically add a more dramatic effect to the sentence. So, for example, let's go to the second one. He is a very gifted kid. he will excel in every class. You can actually replace a very gifted kid by, let's say, somebody who's actually a genius. He is a genius. He will excel in every class. As you can see, very is a much more like you can actually emphasize the way they want to express any adjective. A very simple one is very good. Very good is a very common way to express and intensify any adjective. Or you can say excellent. Both ways, it's great, but very good is a much more, let's say, beginners type of approach to quantify in a much more adverbial sense of any sentence. And there you have it. I did my best to simplify these three words and keep it very user friendly for you to read it and not make it too complicated. I know that these three words can be very similar, but if you read this blog post, you have a much more clear idea without getting too deep into like the grammar or anything like that. So if you liked it, consider subscribing to my channel and also go to my Substack where I have this blog post. And while you're there, subscribe as well. And thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next video.